I stand here as a proud New Yorker with a deep sense of gratitude that we live in a country where we can freely and safely worship God regardless of one's creed, background, or politics. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion, like I recently stated on social media. But today, faith is under attack in way too many places. In Nigeria, Christians are being targeted, driven from their homes, and killed. Churches have been burned. Families have been torn apart, and entire communities live in fear constantly, simply because of how they pray. Sadly, this problem is not only a growing problem in Nigeria, but also in so many other countries across the world, and it demands urgent action. And I want to be clear. Protecting Christians in Nigeria is not about taking sides. This is about standing up in the face of injustice. It's about what I've always stood for my entire career, and I will continue to stand for that. For the rest of my life, I will care if anyone, anywhere, is being persecuted for their beliefs.
The West African nation of Nigeria has been plunged into a tense and troubling chapter, drawing global attention as high-profile kidnappings of children and disturbing accusations of religiously driven killings intensify. Here's what you need to know. On Monday, November 17th, gunmen attacked the Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School before dawn in Nigeria's northwestern Kebbi state. The attackers killed a staff member and abducted 25 schoolgirls from a dormitory. One student, who is not among the 25 confirmed abducted, escaped in the minutes that followed the attack, the school's principal told the Associated Press. He also said that another schoolgirl among the abducted escaped her captors and arrived home safely later Monday night. Security forces, meanwhile, visited the school hours after the attack and directed soldiers to conduct intelligence-driven operations and relentless day and night pursuit of the abductors, according to an Army statement. No group has claimed responsibility for taking the missing girls, but analysts and locals say it could be one of several gangs that often target schools, travelers, and remote villagers in kidnappings for ransom. Mass school kidnappings are not uncommon in northern Nigeria, where dozens of armed gangs of mostly nomadic herdsmen and, more recently, jihadis operate. Most notably, back in 2014, 270 schoolgirls were kidnapped by the extremist terror group Boko Haram in the northeastern town of Chibok. While many of the girls managed to escape or were later released, some have never been returned. Schools are often strategically targeted for kidnappings in order to gain more attention, analysts told AP. The troubling new kidnapping comes after the nation had been already under intense pressure in recent weeks over claims of religious violence and killings towards Christians in the country. Since 2009, the Islamist militant group Boko Haram, which later split into an offshoot of ISIS to become the Islamic State West Africa Province, have launched an insurgency in Nigeria. Since then, more than 125,000 Christians have been slaughtered and 19,000 churches have been destroyed, according to a report by non-governmental human rights organization Intersociety. However, some analysts have said that such figures may be exaggerated, arguing that religious identities aren't always reported and motivations of attacks can be unclear, making breakdowns of violence by religion impossible, according to the Associated Press. On November 1st, President Trump warned in a Truth Social post that the United States would go into the African nation guns a-blazing with military force if they don't stop Islamic extremists from killing Christians. Days later, Trump announced that the West African nation had been placed on the list of countries of particular concern, a designation for countries which fail to secure religious freedoms for citizens.
Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands and thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. That's a legal definition.
Nigeria's population of 220 million people is split nearly evenly by Christians and Muslims, with the Christian population focused in the south and its Muslim population concentrated in the north, where most attacks occur, according to the Associated Press. Various compiled footage obtained by Reuters shows the horrific aftermaths of religious violence over the past few years. The harrowing images include blood-stained pews from church shootings, mass graves being dug, and charred bodies littering the ground. On social media, American rapper Nicki Minaj made waves after she publicly thanked President Trump for shedding light on the issue. On Tuesday, she participated in a United Nations event with U.S. Ambassador Mike Waltz to discuss the troubling conflict.
Faith is under attack in way too many places. In Nigeria, Christians are being targeted, driven from their homes, and killed. Churches have been burned. Families have been torn apart, and entire communities live in fear constantly, simply because of how they pray.
Since the U.S.'s placement of Nigeria on the countries of particular concern list, the country's foreign ministry vowed the federal government of Nigeria will continue to defend all citizens, irrespective of race, creed, or religion. Like America, Nigeria has no option but to celebrate the diversity that is our greatest strength.
Thank you. Thank you. I do not know, man.
Da sahi ai labari ya zo muna